गोपीजना वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरो वनचारी यमुना तीरो वनचारी। जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जय प्रभुपाद जय जगद्गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद। निताई गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। जयं विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य श्री भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्त वृंद की नमाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि श्री गौर भक्त वृंद की। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की। समवेत वैष्णव भक्त वृंद की निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे। हरि हरि बोल। ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमस्तते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौरांगी राधिवृन्दावनेश्वरी विश्वभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुन् दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरम्। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिस्वरूप दामोदर स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्सद्भक्तमने मणिपुरोद्भवाय च प्रभुपादलसद्वाणी प्रचार निरतायते। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते जयपताका स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमो आचार्यपादाय निताय कृपाप्रदायिने गौरकथा धामदाय नगरग्रामतारिणे। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 17, Text 34, the chapter entitled Punishment and Reward of Kali. So please repeat after me. Yasmin harir bhagavān ijyamāna. Yasmin harir bhagavān ijyamāna. ijyātma-mūrtir yajatāṁ tanoti. ijyātma-mūrtir yajatāṁ tanoti. kāmān amoghān sthira-jaṅgamānām. kāmān amoghān sthira-jaṅgamānām. antar bahir vāyur ivaiṣa ātmā. Antar bahir vāyur ivaiṣa ātmā. Yasmin harir bhagavān ijyamāna. ijyātma-mūrtir yajatāṁ tanoti. kāmān amoghān sthira-jaṅgamānām. antar bahir vāyur ivaiṣa ātmā. yasmin harir bhagavān ijyamāna. ijyātma-mūrtir yajatāṁ tanoti. kāmān amoghān sthira-jaṅgamānām. antar bahir vāyur ivaiṣa ātmā. Please. yasmin harir bhagavān ijyamāna. ijyātma-mūrtir yajatāṁ tanoti. kāmān amoghān sthira-jaṅgamānām. antar bahir vāyur ivaiṣa ātmā. yasmin harir bhagavān ijyamāna. ijyātma-mūrtir yajatāṁ tanoti. kāmān amoghān sthira-jaṅgamānām. antar bahir vāyur ivaiṣa ātmā. yasmin harir bhagavān ijyamāna. ijyātma-mūrtir yajatāṁ tanoti. kāmān amoghān sthira-jaṅgamānām. antar bahir vāyur ivaiṣa ātmā. Matajis. Okay. amoghān sthira-jaṅgamānām. antar bahir vāyur ivaiṣa ātmā. Word meaning. Jasmine, in such sacrificial ceremonies, hariḥ, the Supreme Lord, bhagavān, the Personality of Godhead, ijyamānaḥ, being worshipped, ijya-ātma, the soul of all worshipable deities, mūrtiḥ, in the forms, yajatāṁ, those who worship, sham, welfare, tanoti, spreads, kāmān, desires, amoghān, inviolable, sthira-jaṅgamānām, of all the moving and non-moving, antaḥ, within, bahir, outside, vāyur, air, iva, like, āsha, of all of them, ātmā, spirit soul. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In all sacrificial ceremonies, although sometimes a demigod is worshipped, the Supreme Lord, Personality of Godhead, is worshipped because He is the super soul of everyone and exists both inside and outside like the air. Thus, it is he only who awards all welfare to the worshipper. Purport. It is even sometimes seen that demigods like Indra and Chandra are worshipped and offered sacrificial awards. Yet, the rewards of all such sacrifices are awarded to the worshipper by the Supreme Lord, and it is the Lord only who can offer all welfare to the worshipper. The demigods, although worshipped, cannot do anything without the sanction of the Lord, because the Lord is the super soul of everyone, both moving and non-moving. In Bhagavad Gita 9:23, the Lord himself confirms this in the following sloka. Yopi anna devata bhakta jajante shraddhayannita teopi mameva kantaya jajanti avidhi purvakam. Whatever a man may sacrifice to other gods, O son of Kunti, is really meant for me alone, but it is offered without true understanding. The fact is that the Supreme Lord is one without a second. There is no God other than the Lord himself. Thus, the Supreme Lord is eternally transcendental to the material creation. But there are many who worship the demigods like the sun, the moon, and Indra, who are only material representatives of the Supreme Lord. These demigods are indirect qualitative representative of the Supreme Lord. A learned scholar or a devotee, however, knows who is who. Therefore, he directly worships the Supreme Lord and is not diverted by the material qualitative representatives. Those who are not so learned worship us qualitative material representations, but their worship is unceremonious because it is irregular. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So, first of all, I like to ask blessing from senior devotees like His Grace Janmashtami Prabhu. I feel little nervous when I see senior devotees like His Grace Janmashtami Prabhu and maybe many others. So please bless me so that I can say a few words, and if there are some mistakes, please correct me. So this is the continuation of Parikshit Maharaja's chastising Koli. In the previous verse, Parikshit Maharaj directly told Koli that you cannot stay here, because in my Brahmavarta area, the Brahmins are performing sacrifices to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So it is not the right place for you, because you are the representative of irreligion, adharma. So how you will survive here? You cannot stay here. You just get out. And Koli, as he is the source of all duplicity, all irreligious activities, so he immediately thought that, okay, I cannot stay in the places where the Supreme Personality of Godhead is worshipped through performing sacrifices, but perhaps I can stay where the demigods are worshipped. And Parikshit Maharaj is much more cleverer than Koli. In Bengali there is a saying that if you jump from branch to branch, I can jump from leaves to leaf to leaf. Tumi jodi cholo dale dale, ami choli patai patai. So Kali is very clever. So he is thinking, okay, you told that I cannot stay where the Supreme Personality of God is worshipped, but I think I can stay where demigods are worshipped. So Parikshit Maharaj, understanding Kali's motive, immediately he replied, yes, this demigod worship, because there are many less intelligent people who worship demigods for achieving some materialistic benefit. And yes, there are demigods worship also, there are yajna, sacrifices performed for the demigods by less intelligent people, but you cannot stay there also. Because who is worshipped through demigod worship? In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna very clearly declared, through the worship of demigods, actually, I am worshipped. Jeopi anna devata bhakta jajante shraddhayannita teopi mameva kantaya jajanti avidhi purvakam. Jeopi anna devata bhakta. Jeopi, whoever. Anna devata bhakta is devotee of other demigods. Jeopi anna devata bhakta jajante shraddhayannita. And they worship those demigods with full faith and respect. Jajanti shraddhayannita. Teopi mameva kantya. Those demigod worshippers, actually they worship mameva. They certainly worship me only. But jajanti avidhi purvakam. They worship avidhi purvakam. Avidhi means irregular, avidhi means illegal, vidhi means legal. Vidhi means according to law and order. And avidhi means against law. That means irregular or illegal. But that worship is illegal. Generally the example is given. I can eat like this, This is the general way of eating, no? Normal. But if I put my hand under my leg and then I eat like this, or I eat like this, or I eat like this, is it normal way of eating? Similarly, there is a normal way of worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that is direct worship. Directly we can worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead through demigods is not normal. It is irregular and it is, Prabhupada explained, it is unceremonious, not done properly. And practically also we see in Bengal is like headquarter of demigod worship. If you go any house, there are so many, even in my house where I was born, my mother was worshipping so many demigods, including Kartik. You know Kartik? There was Kartik Puja once in a year, there was Lakshmi Puja. Of course, Lakshmi is consort of Narayan. But there are many, even Shani, Shani, Saturn. They were my parents, they were worshipping Saturn, So, it is a headquarter, Bengal, and especially they worship Durga. The whole India, wherever you go, some kinds of demigods are worshipped. If you go to Maharashtra, Mumbai, who is popular there, who is demigods? Ganesh. I was there for 1 year. I saw in Mumbai, Ganesh worship is almost as popular as Durga worship in Bengal. In Bengal, Durga is very popular, and they spend millions of rupees, for worshipping Durga for 3 days, and after 3 days, Durga is immersed in water. You understand? So anyway, so this demigod worship, we have very bitter experience. I have very bitter experience. Even today, if you go to any Durga pandal, the worshipper, first of all, majority of them drinks wine. Before coming before Durga, they make themselves prepared with wine. And they start dancing, in front of Durga. And they collect money by force. By force. They used to come to my house, you have to give this much, otherwise, there will be some problem. And they really create problems. Sometimes they bomb, they throw bomb, sometimes they kill people. If they don't give, big businessmen, if they demand 50,000, he may give 10,000. Sometimes they bomb, So this is the worship, completely, without any devotion. It is only for material purpose. Even for material purpose, Durga and other demigods, they are material representative of God. Materialistic representative. You see, our Guru is also representative of God. our Guru, Param Guru, Guru Parampara, disciplic succession, they are representative of God, and the demigods also representative of God. Then what is the difference? The difference is that demigods will give you materialistic benefit. They will give you materialistic benefit, but spiritual representative like Srila Prabhupada, like our Guru, they will give spiritual benefit. So, if the representative is giving you spiritual benefit, Krishna says, Madbhakta Puja Abhuddhika, the worship of my devotee is more important than my direct worship. Madbhakta Puja Abhuddhika. The worship of my devotee is more important than my worship. Why? Because they are giving spiritual benefit, they are actually leading you to Krishna, they are leading you to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So you can worship that kind of representative, spiritual representative. But demigods are materialistic representative. They don't help you for spiritual upliftment generally. Although they are, they are also kind of devotee of God, but they are Shakama Bhakta. They have unlimited material desires. They wanted to fulfill their material desires by living in heavenly planets, and they got some post in heavenly planet, and they enjoy with apsaras, the heavenly damsels. And in this way, their main target is to enjoy materialistic happiness. And they are authorized by the Supreme Personality of Godhead to give these materialistic facilities to their worshipper. Of course, the demigods cannot give, as it is explained in the purport, they cannot give anything without Krishna's sanction, without God's sanction. Krishna or his, expansion, direct expansion, Vishnu Tattas. Without the sanction from Vishnu Tatta, the demigods cannot give anything. Just like we see, sometimes some money is sanctioned from our central government, and it comes to our state and our local authorities. They, after getting that money, sometimes there is a competition. They say, oh, we did not receive any money from central. We are spending from state fund. This is many times I have read in newspaper that local government is telling, we did not receive. Now we see our road is repaired in front of, it is made better, you have seen the road in front of our temple, from here to up to Chaugacha, the road is made nicely. Where from the money came? Some says state government is spending, some says it is coming from central government. Everybody likes to take the credit. Of course, sometimes it happens, money comes from central government, and sometimes, state government likes to, many times I read in newspaper like this, they likes to take the credit that actually it is state fund. But when serious inquiry is done, then the real fact comes out. Of course, sometimes state government spends, sometimes money comes from central government. So, when money comes from central government and state government spends it, maybe in the form of ration shop, sometimes ration also, central government gives money, and it is spent through state government. So now, the demigods are like this. Central government is Krishna. Krishna and all the Vishnu Tattas, they are the central government, and demigods are representative, materialistic representative of that central government. And when something is sanctioned from that central government, from Krishna, from all the Vishnu Tattas, whatever is sanctioned, demigods can give the worshipper of demigods up to that much, not more than that. And as super soul, Prabhupada explained, Krishna is residing in everybody's heart, including in the heart of demigods. So until and unless they get some sanction from the super soul, they cannot do anything. So it is sanctioned by the Supreme Person, and it is granted by Supreme Person. So whatever we achieve from the demigods, it is actually coming from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But because we don't understand, in Bhagavad Gita it is said, kāmaista sthira-jaṅgamānām prapadanti anna devata. Those whose intelligence is covered with lusty desires, they worship other demigods. That means those whose intelligence are clean, they worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is not required, even for materialistic benefit. Akāma sarva-kāma va moksha-kāma udaradhi tibrena bhakti yogena yajata puruṣaṁ param. Akāma, you have no desire, no material desire. Sarva-kāma, you have all kind of material desires. Va or moksha-kāma, you have desire for liberation. Moksha-kāma udaradhi. But if your intelligence is broad, udara means broad, dhi means intelligence. If your intelligence is broad, moksha-kāma udaradhi, tibrena bhakti yogena yajata puruṣaṁ param. For all, under all situation, either you have desire or no desire, either you have desire for liberation, under all circumstances you worship yajata puruṣaṁ param. Param Purusha, who is Param Purusha? Krishna. So just worship Krishna under all circumstances. Either you have desire or no desire. It is not that because I have material desire, I have to go to the demigods. You can go to demigods, but it is not advised for the intelligent person. It is advised for less intelligent people. But if you are intelligent, even for materialistic purpose, you can approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And what is the benefit? The benefit is that Supreme Personality of Godhead will not give you blindly like demigods. Demigods will not consider your ultimate shraya, ultimate benefit. They are like little like affectionate, affectionate representative of God. If you ask something wrong also, we have seen even Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva, somebody was asking that, give me a benediction so that if I touch somebody's head, his body will be burned to ashes. So do you think Krishna will ever give this type of benediction? Never. Krishna will never give this type of benediction. So if a personality like Lord Shiva can commit this type of mistake, and he himself was trapped, when he gave benediction to, Bhasmasura, Brikasur, later on he became famous as Bhasmasura, because he could make Bhasma. Anybody's. So when he asked this benediction and he saw Parvati, Bhasmasura, he saw Parvati beside Lord Shiva came with his wife. And when he saw Parvati, Parvati was so beautiful, immediately after achieving the benediction, he thought, I want to marry this lady. I want to marry Shiva's wife. Then what is the process? Process is in my hand now. I can touch Lord Shiva's head and Lord Shiva's body will become burned to ashes. Then I can, she will become widow and I can marry her. This was his plain calculation, So anyway, so he is calling, come. He is calling Lord Shiva. Then Lord Shiva was little surprised. Why are you calling me? No, you have given me the benediction. I want to experiment it on your head. So Lord Shiva started running. You understand? Anyway, he was saved by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Like this many times, Brahma was in problem, Brahma was in trouble, and Krishna saved him. In many places we have seen demigods, they created problem, they committed offense. Many times Krishna has had forgiven their offenses. Many times Krishna had saved them, like Lord Brahma, he gave wrong benediction to Hiranyakashipu. And he was in trouble. After giving the benediction, he himself was in trouble. But later on, somehow or other, as Narasimhadev, Krishna saved. So under all circumstances, we have seen that demigods are not very reliable. And why these type of worships are sanctioned? Because there are people, less intelligent people, they don't want to accept one Supreme Personality of Godhead. And there are many other groups, many other religions, they accept one Supreme Personality of Godhead, but without clear understanding. Just like, in other religion, Islam or Christianity, they also accept one God. If you ask any Muslim, Allah is one. Yes, one. But what about these varieties? Varieties we see with our own eyes, we see varieties. What about these varieties? They cannot give proper explanation. Sometimes they make God completely aloof from His creation, no connection. They give example, just like you make some microphone. You are engineer made the microphone, but engineer is completely separate from microphone. Okay, in case of microphone it is correct, this logic is correct. But in case of God, this logic is not correct. Nothing is created from zero. Even our follower of Vedic culture, the Mayavadi group, they think that varieties are false. Slokardhena prabhakshami jaduktam grantha kotivhi brahma sattam jagan mitha jiva brahmaiva napara. Shankaracharya, who is incarnation of Lord Shiva, he says, Slokardhana prabhakshami jaduktam grantha kotivhi. Whatever is said in millions of books, I will say in half of the verse. See, whatever is said in millions of books, I will summarize it in half of the verse. And the next line is half of the verse. Brahma Sattam, impersonal Brahman is the absolute truth. Jagan Mitha, this world full of variegatedness, is false. So this is he summarized millions of books. So Brahma Satta, impersonal Brahman is true. But our Vaishnava philosophy is personalism. And in our experience also, if you observe, in front of us millions of proofs are there. You analyze, suppose this building, you analyze where from this building came. Where from it came? Immediately some mysteries, mysteries they made it, no? And mysteries are appointed by ISKCON authorities, and ISKCON is coming from Srila Prabhupada. So ultimately you can say Srila Prabhupada is the cause of this building. So Srila Prabhupada is personal or impersonal? Person, he is a person. Person is the root of everything. There are so many big businessmen. If you go to America, you will find their building. Tata Foundation, this, that. Many buildings. You travel throughout the world. Almost in every country they have their own building. You understand? But if you see hundreds of buildings like this, and you want to find out who is the root cause of all these buildings. Suppose you have seen many buildings built by Tata. So you wanted to find out who is the root cause of all these 100 buildings. Now finally you found a man maybe 5 feet or 6 feet height. So you may become a little surprised. To this small man, he created so many buildings. You understand? So to understand, yes, God is one. But they think variegatedness can kill that oneness. This is their poor idea, that if there are varieties, that means it will kill that oneness. But it's not correct. There is a popular saying, unity in diversity. Unity in diversity. That means the world we see is full of diversity. It is full of variegatedness. But the root cause is one. And there are varieties in varieties. Because God, Krishna, when you read in details, without reading scripture, you will not get idea. If you read in details, you see first God Himself made expansion of God, Vishnu Tattas. In Rasa dance, first there was one Krishna, then when he started dancing, many gopis came, millions of gopis came, one Krishna, single Krishna became many Krishnas, isn't it? So does it mean that Krishna is many different Krishnas or one Krishna? And after the end of Rasa dance, all Krishnas are withdrawn in one Krishna. All millions of Krishnas are withdrawn in single Krishna. So sometimes single Krishna can become millions of Krishna, and millions of Krishna can become single Krishna. So he is one or many? All in one. All in one. Even if you purchase one mobile, sometimes it is written 3 in 1, 4 in 1. You purchase any machine, sometimes it is written, I have seen, 3 in 1, 4 in 1, isn't it? That means in one, nowadays in mobile you get tape recorder, you get video recorder, you get speaker, so many things, no? Camera, so many things. When I was a child, camera was different, tape recorder was different, you understand? Video recorder was different, When science was not so advanced, these are, existing. Many machines are existing differently. But when science is advancing, now maybe in future you get more things in mobile itself. In mobile itself you get many items, many things. Similarly, we say God means all in one, all in one. You say 3 in 1, 4 in 1, we say God means all in one. That means all variegatedness, material energies, spiritual energies, paraisha shakti, vividaiva sruyate. This is energy part. And God himself as Vishnu Tattva, he is expanding as Balaram, he is expanding as Narasinghadev, Nisinghadev, Ramchandra. Generally it is said that they have 60 qualities. God has 64 kala. Krishna has Supreme Personality of Godhead who resides in Vrindavan. He has 64 qualities and each quality is unlimited. Then other than him, when he is outside Vrindavan, they have 60 quality generally. 60 quality. Narayan, 60 quality. Even Balaram, if I am mistaken, please correct me, I heard he has 60 qualities. Balaram. So in this way, except Krishna, all has 60 qualities. Narasinghadev, 60 qualities. All 60 qualities. But you come to Sadashiv, who is Vishnu Tattva. Sadashiv is also called Shiva, but he is Vishnu Tattva, 60 qualities. And then you come little more down than Shambhu. Shambhu is another expansion of Krishna, but he has 55 qualities. 55. And he is neither Vishnu Tattva nor Jiva Tattva. He is in between. He is called Shiva Tattva. Shiva Tattva. It is in between. Neither Jiva nor Vishnu. Shiva Tattva. And you come more down, Jiva Tattva starts from Brahma to ants, insects, coronavirus. They all in 50. Now we may say, how can you compare a mosquito with Lord Brahma? Difference is that Brahma's 50 qualities are manifested. And my 50 qualities are not manifested, covered. Just like suppose a 50 gram magnet. 50 gram magnet, if you throw to some iron, it will be immediately attracting the iron. But the same magnet, when it is covered with some mud, magnet cannot show its power. Suppose you put 1 kg mud on magnet, a 50 gram magnet, the 50 gram magnet cannot show its power. So our condition is like this, we are equal as Brahma qualitatively. Brahma has 50 qualities, we have 50 qualities, but our qualities are covered and Lord Brahma's qualities are manifested. That's why he can create, he is the sub-creator of this universe. In each universe, Brahma is the sub-creator. So in this way, qualitatively we are as equal as Lord Brahma. So these variegatedness sometimes confuses different kinds of people, including the impersonalist and also those who are following other religion other than Vedic religion. They think variegatedness means oneness is gone, oneness is killed, oneness is destroyed. But it's completely foolish. In front of our eyes we see the sun. Sun is one globe, but there are 7 colors, isn't it? 7 colors. And there are many unlimited particles of photons, unlimited particles of sunlight. Previously, the scientists used to think that the sunlight is a stream, like river, it is a stream. But recently, after the discovery of quantum theory, now they understood sunlight is not a stream. These are combination of some units of photons, units of some particles, light particles. So sunlight has unlimited millions and trillions of particles, and we are Krishna's particles. We are Krishna's particles. So, can you separate sunlight from sun? No. Although sun, globe, sunlight, sun's heat, sun's light, heat, and 7 colors, full of variegatedness. But sun is one. Sun is one. You cannot say because there are 7 colors, sun has become 7. In case of God, God also can, just like sun cannot become one sun, cannot become 2 suns, but God can become like this. One God can become, he can expand 2 gods, 3 gods, like in Rasho dance, Krishna expanded. Our material sun cannot do this. The sun globe cannot expand like that because it is material thing, it is very, very limited. But Krishna is spiritual and he is supreme, powerful. He can himself can expand unlimitedly. Just like one sun producing many suns. Similarly, one Krishna can expand into many Krishnas, maintaining his unity as one Krishna. So these things is very difficult to understand with our tiny brain because we see only material things. We see the sun which is material, and we never see one sun becomes 2 suns. We never see. So it is inconceivable with our material brain, the brain habituated to material understanding. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Achinto Vedavet Tatta. The variegatedness are same with God, different from God. They are energy of God, and even Vishnu Tattas, same with Krishna, different from Krishna. Narayan, same with Krishna, different from Krishna. Because Krishna is in completeness. He is called Purnatama. And Narayan is called Purnatara. It is a comparative degree. And Krishna is described as what is called superlative degree, isn't it? So Krishna, he knows the demigod worship is not so required, at least for the intelligent people. When Nanda Maharaja was worshipping Narayan, Krishna was not objecting. He himself was following his father. He was also offering obeisances to Narayan, just following his father like a child. But when Nanda Maharaj wanted to worship Indra, as a child also he objected. No, you cannot worship Indra because he is not intelligent. If you want to get some material achievement also, Krishna can give. Krishna is his son, Narayan can give you. So he was not objecting Narayan worship because Narayan was Vishnu Tattva in the level of God. But Indra was in the level of Jiva, and it is not required for worshipping Indra. But even if you worship, Krishna says it is indirectly worshipping me because all the benedictions are given by me through demigods. Even your material achievement you achieve through demigods, but it is coming from me. So it is better. It is intelligent way to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the Kali, he wanted to escape. You told I cannot stay where the Supreme Personality of Godhead is worshipped, but I think I can stay where demigods are worshipped. And it is also a fact, those who are worshipping demigods, they become victimized by the influence of Kali. So Kali wanted to take that advantage, but Parikshit Maharaj reminded him, don't forget that this worship of demigods or whatever sacrifices, yajnas are performed for the demigods, ultimately it goes to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So you cannot stay in those places also where demigods are, Supreme Personality of Godhead is worshipped through demigods. So these are the, summary as far as I understood of this verse. Now time is almost finished. If you have any question, Mataji has a question. Okay, microphone is there. And Prabhu, if you want to make some correction, you can make some correction and chastisement also.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Just wanted to share with you that in the 4th canto it's mentioned that because, like you said, Lord Shiva is also Vishnu Tattva because of Sadashiv is Vishnu Tattva. So anybody coming in contact, he's so merciful that they actually become devotees eventually. So we know that there are many, I know Gujarati especially, people from North India, they're worshipping Lord Shiva before as demigod, and now they become really nice staunch devotees of Krishna. So that's one thing regarding Lord Shiva. On a scientific side, thank you for mentioning about the sun particles. The science is progressing so fast nowadays that they actually figured out the principle of bilocation. Bilocation is what Kadamma Muni was able to do, expand himself into 9 person at the same time. So I just wanted to share with you that information, and thank you very much. Always enjoy your class. Thank you. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. Any other comment, or His Great Janmashtami Prabhu will pass some comment.
Thank you for a wonderful class, Prabhu. Very nice.
Thank you for the encouragement.
Very precise. I've been recently having a discussion with a young devotee about devotees that leave ISKCON, continue to worship Krishna, but they do it through members of the Gaudiya Math, like that. And some of them maybe prematurely start practicing Raganuga Bhakti. They don't take up the worship of demigods. They may chant a lot of rounds. And he describes them as demons. Now, when you look at the 16th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, and there's all these descriptions of the demoniac, doesn't seem to really fit. And I keep saying that's too strong of language. You know, that's, you're maybe on the borderline of committing offense. Or maybe you actually are committing offense because they're worshiping Krishna. They may have left ISKCON because of their guru fell down, or they got discouraged, how they were dealt with by management, or somehow that they were inspired from within to go in a different direction in their lives. So what my question is not a comment, it's a question, what your sense of, what your understanding is. I'm not in any way advocating that people leave ISKCON. You know, I want to make that clear. But some people have done this over the years, and I know some people that I served with in the beginning, you know, when I joined, way back in the late 70s. And they seem to be Krishna conscious to me. They don't seem to be demons. And but when I explain this to him, he gets really upset. And said, no, I'll never change my position on this. What are your thoughts on that, Prabhu?
Yes, in the form of devotees also, there will be immature devotees without deep understanding. So it is the duty of senior devotees to preach to the devotees also, because sometimes devotees has immature understanding. That's why I have seen from Mayapur also some devotees, they have left and they went to Radhakund. So they think that Raganuga Bhakti is not available in ISKCON. It is. I think it is completely misunderstanding, because I have heard speeches given by some Babajis. 90% of the speech is against ISKCON. You know, they are spreading what is called hatred. What is that word? Hatred to ISKCON, against ISKCON, you know. They are speaking so many nonsense against ISKCON. Parampara is not right, this is not right, this is not right. But what they are doing, you know, they are in a small room. Of course, they are collecting some disciples, like they are collecting some remnants from ISKCON. You will see many Western devotees, they are like remnants from ISKCON. They cannot create new devotees. They collect some devotees from ISKCON, reinitiate them. Anyway, so there will be many immature understanding. And it is our duty, it is duty of senior devotees to convince them that ISKCON philosophy is all right. If it is not all right, it could not make, it could not be so effective throughout the world. Go any country, some devotees are always there, ISKCON followers are always there. And personally also when I judge, I get all the answers. Still today, whatever questions I have, somehow or other, I get all the answers. Even some questions are not answered today. If I wait and make some research and ask some senior devotees, answer comes. Even Raganuga Bhakti is there. If we don't follow, then how Raganuga Bhakti will come? A nursery student doesn't study in nursery class nicely, he will not be promoted to class 1. Class 1 students not studying properly, he will not be promoted to class 2. In this way, spiritual life is like, gradual upgradation. From class 1, class 2, class 3, then Madhyamik, class 10, then 12, college, university, PhD. You understand? So similarly, devotional life is like this. And ISKCON can give from nursery level to PhD level, which is Raganuga Bhakti, ISKCON can give. But if I am negligent in following 4 regulative principles, Raganuga Bhakti will never come. This is what I understand. So I think these devotees who left ISKCON, they are immature or they got some bad association. So it is our duty as far as possible. If they are lucky, Krishna will keep them. If they are unlucky, Krishna will give them chance. Okay, you go and see. Krishna is very liberal. He will give them more chance to see if ISKCON is. If you think ISKCON is wrong, okay, you go and see other side also. But my conviction is very strong that ISKCON philosophy is very perfect.
I guess the issue is that anybody that does do that goes out. Is he a demon? That's the point, because I know devotees that have come back in.
Yeah, I understand.
Very senior devotees, and they've made tremendous advancement back within ISKCON. So if they're labeled as demons, are they likely to come back in?
It is said that in Sattva Yuga, demoniac principle and devotional principle are completely in different planets. That demons are living in some planet and devotees are living in some planet, completely isolated. In Treta Yuga, they are in different countries. Demons are living in like Lanka, Ravan was living in Lanka, devotees are living in Ajodhya. Like this, they are in different countries. Sattva, Treta, Dwapara Yuga, different families. Duryodhana's family, Pandava's family. And in Kali Yuga, even within one person, in the morning I am devotee, in the afternoon I am demon, It happens, I have seen it happens. In the morning he is very nice devotee, in the afternoon in different mood. You understand? So in Kali Yuga it is in one person. So I don't like to take the risk of calling them demon, but it is fact in Kali Yuga, in one personality, demoniac principles and devotional principle can stay side by side.
There's, Prabhupada indicates in a Chaitanya Charitamrita purport that within our movement there are Kali Chelas, servants of Kali in the dress of Vaishnavas. Yeah. So that it can happen if the motivation is improper.
Yes.
But even that can be transformed by, I would say I was a pretty good Kali Chela when I joined, but gradually, I got purified, the anarthas I was freed from. So we don't call the worshippers of demigods demons. Some of them maybe that you were describing with the Durga worshippers that bomb you if you don't give a donation or a big donation. But anyway, this is it's an interesting subject matter. The description of the demon in the 16th chapter, it's pretty strong,
Yeah.
you know, and these people may have deviated, they may be losing a lot of the mercy that Srila Prabhupada has given to the ISKCON devotees, but there's also opportunity for them to return and come back. And
Yeah.
they'll have aha moments when they understand what Prabhupada did, and maybe they understand what mistakes I made.
Yeah. Thank you for your nice comment. It is fact, some of them, those who are lucky, they will come back. I have seen some of our devotees from Mayapur, they have gone to Radhakund, they took shelter of Babaji. After 1 year, some of them have come back. Now they are in Mayapur. But they went, they took shelter of Babaji's, and now they have come back. But some of them did not come back. You understand? So it depends on your, maybe from many lifetimes, whatever sanskar you have accumulated. Sometimes you will be saved, sometimes you may take more lifetimes. But it is said, once you surrender to Krishna, Krishna will never let you go. Krishna is behind you. Even if you forget him and go to some other place, after a few lifetimes, they will come back. Thank you, Prabhu, for your nice comment. Any other question or comment, or time is over? So I can stop here. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki Samavita Vaishnava Bhakta